Hello and welcome. The balance of power has well and truly shifted. For long, a preserve of the Russians. On Wednesday, Grandmaster ANAND made it clear just who is the undisputed king, coming out trumps in one of the most delectable rivalries ever seen in world sport. After a 3-decade affair with the 64 squares, ANAND finds himself a place among the all-time greats. And he may just be a move ahead, doing what even the great Garry Kasparov hasn't, asserting his supremacy in the world by winning every possible format on offer. In a year that has seen non-cricketing sports heroes celebrated like never before, Anand is truly king. Well, Anand has completed the mission he set out to achieve to become the champion of the 64 squares against Russia's Vladimir Kramnik. Anand was simply superior, wrapping it up with a draw in the 11th game on Wednesday. CNN IBN's Sanjay Suri was the lucky one. He had a ringside view of the action in Bonn.
A moment that Anand will cherish all his life. Anand retained his World Championship title against Vladimir Kramnik with a game to spare. A performance that will further increase his lead at the top over his opponents on the FIDE rankings.
Beating Kramnik in a match is definitely a phenomenal result because his match style is lethal. It's almost impossible to get a win against him. And I managed 3. Even Kasparov didn't manage a single win.
But it wasn't easy for Anand in the tournament. After drawing the first 2 games, Anand achieved his first win in the 3rd game and later drew the 4th. He then played some aggressive chess in the 5th and the 6th games to manage wins. He then managed 3 draws in the next 3 games before losing the 10th and drawing the 11th to win the championship.
He is the world champion now again for the 3rd time, but it is the first that he's actually defended a title, and his fans will want him now to move from a position as champion to a period as reigning champion.
But what would satisfy Anand the most is that the win has ended all speculation about his ability at the highest level in match play. He has now won the title in 3 different formats. If the divide in the chess world in 2000 robbed him of the acclaim he deserved after winning the title, it was the unsatisfactory format in 2007 that left people doubting his ability.
Right now, the only plan I can think of is to celebrate, kick back and just have a quiet evening with my seconds. My team worked very hard, and generally it's as nerve-wracking for them as it was for me.
With Anand having won the World Blitz and World Rapid titles also in the past, besides World Classical title in 3 different formats, he can finally be called the ultimate universal world champion. With Sanjay Suri in Bonn, in New Delhi, Himanshu Singhal.
Well, even Anand's Russian challenger, it appears, is having to agree now. Vladimir Kramnik conceded that this time around, Anand was definitely the better player.
I clearly made certain mistakes in my preparation, which I already understood, and probably after analyzing the match I would understand even more. I'm also happy to play with such opponent like Visha. I mean, he's a really great player, and for me it was also very interesting. It was not just a fight for the title, it was also simply a very interesting chess experience.
Interesting indeed. What a great rivalry it's been. But 2 people for whom I can bet the wait would have been nerve-wracking are Anand's parents, and they're joining us tonight, Mr. K. Vishwanathan and Sushila Vishwanathan. Thanks so much, Mr. and Mrs. Vishwanathan. They're joining us there from Chennai. Also with us tonight is another champion, the man who brought back the Olympic gold, Abhinav Bindra. He's joining us here from New Delhi. There's also Tanya Sachdev. She's the Asia chess champion here from the national capital. And of course, the man for all sports, as I call him, Novi Kapadia, sports journalist and encyclopedia here from our newsroom. Thanks so much to all of you. But I need to come to you, Mr. and Mrs. Vishwanathan. What's it been like since Wednesday night?
Yes, we haven't slept last night.
Been ringing all the time.
Right. Well, many of us here had reconciled to possibly waiting for a tiebreaker for Anand to retain the crown. Many of them here really chewing their nails, really nervous. Was that the same with you as well?
I was not at all nervous because he was playing so well. And the 11th game, by the way he opened, I was sure that the game is going to be over.
But I was nervous because in chess, anybody could make a blunder any time.
Right, and who would know that better, ma'am? You're the one who initiated Anand into the game. But tell me something, have you really seen the change in the way Anand now plays? In the 90s, we saw him really choking at the final frontier, some would say. How different is it now, the way Anand plays? Do you think if a Kasparov would be playing with an Anand right now, he would win?
It is changed. He plays so well, he's very well informed, he knows a lot more. And today if he plays Kasparov, he will definitely win.
Right, he will definitely win. Let's put that question to Novi as well. Novi, if I can bring you in here, there have been these reams of newsprint on who really is the world champion here. Who is the real world defending champion, in fact, going to this? Would you say that after Wednesday's game, all those questions have been put to rest and we can now say that yes, it's Viswanathan Anand who's truly the world champion?
Absolutely, there's no doubt at all. Viswanathan Anand is truly the world champion and arguably one of the greatest Indian sportsmen of all time. See, let's put this in a perspective. Since the great Bobby Fischer beat Boris Spassky in 1972 to get the world title, after that it's been a total Russian domination. I mean, once Anatoly Karpov regained that title, Fischer didn't defend it. Then it's been the Russians all the way. Karpov, Kasparov, and, it's been throughout a total domination by the Russians.